Okay, let's do a Watcher run. Common Relic, Boss Relic Swap, those are pretty good picks. Choosing a rare card's fine too. Sometimes you get like Daviform or Blasphemy or something really good. 6 max HP is pretty high price, but I like Boss Relic a lot. Upgrading a card, not super good on Watcher. Sure, I'd be willing to try a modded class. You want to like send me some details, and maybe I'll try it out tomorrow. But I think we usually do Boss Relic Swap on Watcher. It's a pretty good effect. Wow, really good Meow's Lament path here. Potential Mega Elite Snipe here. Probably not what we're going to do since we don't have access to Meow's Lament. 2 elites here, get a 3rd one there. That could work. 2 shops here says no to this guy. I guess we could skip the first shop. Yeah, it seems like that's the only real good path, is the 3 elites on the left. We can get there. We do have to go through a shop. Oh, no, we don't. We can go through 2 question marks and 3 fights, which is pretty much ideal. Okay, let's see what the boss relic is. Uh-oh. I have to say, Busted Come is probably the worst outcome from any boss relic swap. I really can't imagine a worse outcome. I guess there's the old Pandora's box into 10 copies of Blasphemy outcome. Ectoplasm and Runic Tome are both way better than Busted Crown. Runic Tome is fine. Runic Tome is like a good outcome, and Ectoplasm it's okay. I mean, losing access to gold is kind of bad. Losing access to cards is crippling. So it's gonna take some doing to win this one. I think we might actually go to the shop just to see some cards and like buy our basic attacks so that we're able to like fight our way through this act. But Busted Crown is a terrible outcome. Alright, but we do have a bunch of energy, so get to break them both and block out. Indignation, get a Wrath enter. We have to seriously consider every card we see because Busted Crown is going to prevent us from seeing very many cards. I think normally I'd be pretty... I would want to skip a floor 1 Indignation. But Indignation does give you a multiplier on, like you can like enter Wrath and then Indignation and then blow people up. I think no. Let's skip Indignation. Okay, play all the cards. Seems good. And let's blow them up. Can I get a strike, please? Thank you. I assumed that was going to be lethal, but it wasn't. I was a little surprised. I was like, oh. Flurry of Blows. That's an attack. It's an attack that you can build around. There are an awful lot of Watcher cards that change stances. So I think once we have a Flurry of Blows, we can start picking those kind of cards and ameliorating our Busted Crown to some extent. I don't know if I pronounced all the syllables in ameliorate there. You'll have to forgive me. Just Lucky wishes the Flurry of Blows was a Weave. Weave is usually better than Flurry of Blows. There's a Brilliance available here on sale. We can't afford Brilliance in a potion. Would leave us with exactly 50. Can't afford Brilliance Protect. And we really need to find some damage. So I think Brilliance is probably happening. Maybe Dramatic Entrance? Is that ever... No, I don't think so. I guess it's just Brilliance leave. We need the damage. That's the damage. Let's go. Um, hmm. So we're pretty full on health. We could take the max HP, but we could take Regret. It's pretty aggressive if we're planning on doing 3 elites. Getting an extra relic, though, is really nice. What do we think about trading health for power in Act 1? Well, wait. Is it even an option? Are we going to another shop? This is the only shop could be here. That's the only possibility. Ends up being like a 6% chance. That seems like a pretty desperate Hail Mary, so I think we'll just take the max HP. Okay. We get to play all the cards in hand here. Try and kill that Spike Slime before we die. We can Eruption Strike Brilliance. It's a lot of damage. This does 24. 24 plus 12 is 36, so we can actually kill both here, which is kind of insane. Didn't even count the Flurry of Blows. Didn't need it. That's an excellent card if we're only going to have 1 card for card rewards, so I'll take that. That's an attack. Liquid Bronze is not super useful in Act 1. It is best against Hexaghost. It's probably the best target for it. But I think we'll throw it away for a block pot, since we're going to need that sooner. And go fight some elites. We can Flurry, Eruption, Flurry, Crush Giant Strike. And then, like, block pot. How much damage does that do? So it's 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 8 is 21, plus 16 is 37, plus 12 is 49. So we can put the first Flurry on this guy and then all the rest on the Sentry and kill him perfectly. Okay. Actually, we could put the first Flurry on him. It's possible to kill him too next turn. If we draw, like, Brilliance Double Strike. Oh, Watcher. Never change. Alright, we definitely did not get Triple Strike. We'll still put him low, because we can kill him soon. Walk out. Brilliance is always happening. I think double defend strike is pretty reasonable. Hope to draw another strike next turn. Yeah, we did. I guess I'll remove the artifact charge, since why not? We can change stances twice here. That's pretty nuts. You go, Flurry of Blows. You get him. Pretty good sentry fight. I guess we'll take a follow-up, sure. Pretty loaded up on damage now. Pretty happy with that outcome, given the busted crown. Let's go ahead and upgrade, I think, Brilliance. Has pretty much 100% draw and played rate. 4 damage is a pretty good upgrade. Crush Joint's got a good upgrade too. Flurry of Blows gets played more than it gets drawn. And it has 100% draw and played rate because it costs 0. Yeah, do we play more Flurry of Blows or Brilliances? Assuming we play both of the stance changes every time we see them, we end up changing stances like 1.5 times per deck, or per shuffle. So we play Flurry of Blows 2.5 times. So technically it would be more damage to upgrade this, because we'd get, it upgrades to 2 damage, 2.5 times 2 is 5 damage, this only gets 4 damage. And there's sometimes when we draw Brilliance that we don't play it, so it's actually like, whatever, 3.5 damage or something. We could upgrade Eruption, but we have Busted Crown, so we don't super need to reduce the cost of stuff. Upgraded Crush Joints gives us the ability to apply Vulnerable across turns, which is really nice. I think the Crush Joints is the most persuasive argument. Both Brilliance and Flurry of Blows just get extra damage. Crush Joints actually changes the way it works. Let's do that. It's Gremlin Knob. Okay, so we're gonna... Let's see. I want to play the Crush Joints. But I want to play all the attacks. I think the only way to do that is defend Crush Joints, follow up Eruption, which is horrible. We can't play like Eruption, defend, Crush Joints, follow up, because then we don't have the energy for follow up. We could play Eruption, follow up, defend, Crush Joints, I guess. Yeah, that's probably what we want. We still get the vulnerable for next turn. It doesn't look like we can land vulnerable on anything and then also attack. Okay. Yeah, hopefully we kill him next turn before he kills us. Vigilance blocks for a bunch and gets us back the Flurry of Blows, which has doing 6 damage. This puts him in lethal range. It looks like we're killing him next turn no matter what's happening, so we just block here. And kill him. Okay. The boot. Reach Heaven does a ton of damage. We've already got quite a bit of damage, though. I don't know if we need Reach Heaven. It is Hexaghost again. Hexaghost is kind of a race. If we see sort of like borderline playable cards, we should probably pick them because we have Busted Crown. And I think Reach Heaven is at least a borderline playable card. God, I hate Busted Crown. Okay, fine. Centennial Puzzle's great. Happy to see that. I think we're gonna go Brilliance upgrade here. Yeah, Watcher loves like multiplying damage on big attacks. Like that's the Watcher way. Go into Wrath, vulnerable people, blow them up, or like play lots of little attacks and talk to the hand and stuff. I'm just worried though. I feel like this archetype depends a lot on like Wallop, and we're like really unlikely to find any specific uncommon. I think both Brilliance and Flurry of Blows realm the same way with vulnerable. I think I'll just do Brilliance. No, I guess Flurry of Blows gets played more. Alright, fine. Okay, this is the inevitable situation if you're gonna pick a ton of attacks, is you're gonna have only attacks in your hand. So I guess we'll play the attacks. Reach Heaven is less energy efficient than Strike, but I wouldn't want to... I only get to play one of them, and Reach Heaven does more absolute damage, so... Try to kill Jawworm next turn. Succeed. I guess we could kill either of them. It doesn't really matter what we do. Lake Water is a way to block. I'm a little bit suspicious that we're going to be in Calm. But I guess I'll take it. It's a borderline card. I have to take those. We could take this and then hope that one of these two is either a card remove or a shop. Be passing up on an elite. But if we don't take it, then we're passing up on this. These relics are not great. Specifically, boot and letter opener are not great. Pretty happy about Centennial Puzzle. And I'm not happy about Busted Crown. Busted Crown. Library is an Act 2 event, I believe. We are still alive. This is pretty desperate, but I think we're a little bit desperate. But getting that elite could be good. Let's see, what's the best outcome from this elite? It might be like Warpaint. Ugh. We definitely can't take the money and then go fight the elite, right? That's like super crazy. Maybe it's not crazy. I often find myself wanting to go to a shop at the beginning of Act 2. We have a ton of damage. If this is like Lagavulin, we can wake him up with like some crazy eruption stuff. Yeah. This is like a really bad idea, but I think I'm gonna do it. I mean, okay, so Watcher basically like clowns on Act 1. And we have 4 energy. So maybe we can just exploit the fact that we're Watcher and we're like inherently super good to like do this thing that makes us much worse and like ride it out. This is such a bad idea. It also makes Empty Cage better if you have Curse. I don't really want to be taking Empty Cage, but yeah, this is fun. Let's try it. Alright, immediately punished. Seems like the way of things. Reach Heaven is less efficient, but it lets us get a Through Violence, and Through Violence plus Wrath Mode is lethal for the future. Plated Armor? What's our potion chance here? We have found 3 potions? There was another potion, right? Yeah, there was a block pot. Wait, did I throw away a potion to keep the block pot? I don't remember. Alright. Defend the Mike Water block out. Yeah, I know about the block pot. I just don't remember what else happened. We'll save the Through Violence for Wrath Mode next turn when we win. Way more damage than we needed. Okay. Third Eye's good. Happy to see a defensive tool, I guess. Got a Like Water. Okay. If we Blessing of the Forge, we upgrade the Eruption. And then we can play it for 1. And then we can play Eruption, Reach Heaven, Third Eye. I guess Eruption, Third Eye, Reach Heaven, so that we don't see the Through Violence in the scry. We do 29 damage, leaving one of these outside 2 sentries at what, 24? Wait, no, 14. 29 is almost 30. It'd be weird if it left them at above 20. We also take 13 damage. I think that's okay. Or we take less than that because of the upgrade. Don't need doubt, that's for sure. We're not going to be in calm, but Like Water is really good in the fight, so I'll leave it. He's going to be at 14, so Crush Giants will kill him. Let's get rid of the strike so we can find more block. Okay. Either Flurry of Blows or Follow-Up kills him for free. Looks like we're going to be changing into Calm, so let's do Flurry of Blows before we forget. Do we have Lethal? We do 40 plus anything. So let's go ahead and kill him 2 to block out. Or maybe, I guess we kill him so that we block out next turn, because we're blocking out this turn with Vigilance Like Water. Okay. And I guess I'll do the 20 damage. There's no way to set this up to do a skill, I don't think, because the skill has to happen after. Because the only skill we're playing is Enter Calm. Okay. Pretty convincing Sentry fight. A Molten Egg, wow. Okay, so now we got something good. Oh my god, I was talking about a Wallop. I was like, I don't think we're gonna get one because of Busted Crown, and then we get a Molten Egged one. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. Looks like we're in position to do an upgrade. Probably Like Water is what we're looking for. The Weak Pot is also really relevant for rounding down probably the first multi-attack. Eruption upgrade is good. I usually don't take Eruption upgrade at the end of Act 1 because of Snecko Eye. Makes it feel useless. And this definitely seems like we would pick Snecko Eye if we found it. Third Eye's got a pretty good upgrade. Scrying for 5 is nice. I think I'm just going to do Like Water, though. Like Water plus. Okay, guess I'll just do the damage here. I would do Snecko Eye with 0 2-cost cards. Snecko Eye is really good. We can Flurry, Eruption, Wallop, Flurry. Blocks for 18. He's going to be hitting for quite a bit. He'd be hitting for 36. We would weaken him, but that would only take away 24 damage. Yeah, Certimal, I mean, I'm not going to offer like a super blunt judgment of most things, but like if you don't like Snecko Eye, you're just wrong. I'm sorry. That one's pretty solved. This blocks for 14. Yeah, I think we're just doing this. Man, being weak sucks. Getting that boot value. This only blocks for 2 here. Or 4, I guess. It also prevents Centennial Puzzle from going off. I mean, you're not wrong. There are many better streamers. I'm working every day to improve the experience that I'm presenting to people. And included in that improved experience is just calling you out, Certimal, for not liking Snecko Eye. That one's just... It's a low quality opinion right there. Like Water Vigilance blocks way out. Seems like more than we need. We can just Vigilance, Brilliant Strike, skip the Like Water. Nah, I think I'll skip the 6 damage. We want to end with Vigilance because there is a Crush Joints in the draw pile, so we'll do it in this order. Oh crap. Well, I'm not skipping 6 damage. We'll probably play a Defend next turn or something. Forgot about the Flurry. Okay, yep, there's a defend and a vigilance. Defend blocks for 12, which is what we need. I guess follow it first. Oh wait, no. It's gonna be defend, crush joints, follow it. We could play a skill last, which doesn't matter. We're saving the through violence for hopefully eruption next turn. Nope. We are already blocked out, even without doing anything. So we'll just play some attacks. Darn, I don't want to be weakened when I go off with 2 through violences and interruption, but I guess that's what we're looking at. I guess we have like a greater than 50% chance of missing eruption here. Yeah, great. Okay, just play the damage, block the burn, and find the eruption. Is this lethal? Eruption, flurry of blows, wallop, double through violence, and a strike. This is 9 damage, this is 24 damage, that is 33 damage, plus 12, 45 plus 80. 45 plus 80 is 125 plus the 12. 145 plus 12 is 157, which is lethal. Wow. Watch, are you crazy? Wait, this isn't lethal. What am I doing? Okay. I don't know where that went wrong. Alpha? It seems like we've got a plan already. I don't know if we really need Alpha. We have Third Eye. Third Eye is pretty good with Alpha. I think if I picked Alpha, I want to find a Talk to the Hand really badly, so that I could like have the stance changing thing be the block plan. I don't know what I was doing. I was only over lethal by like 10, so the fact that I was actually under by 5 is not super surprising. Maybe I should have counted it again. But yeah, not good math. Alpha. I like Alpha. Alpha's a good card. Kind of needs an upgrade. Was that by 30? I think maybe you're not taking into account his armor when you say I was off by 30. Boy. Yeah, he had 18 armor. That was his armor turn. Or 12 or something. Deep Zleet. Got the numbers. Yeah, if you say I was off by 30 and you didn't incorporate the 12 armor, then you're saying I was off by 18, which roughly corresponds with what I was thinking I was off by. I don't know why I was off by 18, but those things happen, I suppose. Did I do the order wrong or something? Maybe I like played the wallop before the eruption. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter anymore. What really matters is we have Alpha. So the most powerful thing our relics bar says is, hey, all your attacks are going to be upgraded. You're going to pick a bunch of attacks. If you can find a Talk to the Hand, it's going to be a Talk to the Hand plus. If you can find a Wallop, it's going to be a Wallop plus. So that's nice. That makes me want to take bites, because all the bites would be upgraded. So we're going to be looking for question marks in Act 2. Almost always looking for question marks in Act 2 anyway. The doubt says we're going to be going to a shop in Act 2, no matter what. So hopefully we can find a shop and question marks. Alpha. What about Alpha and bites? Do we like Alpha and bites? Seems like Alpha and bites are pretty good. Alpha is kind of slow, and the bites heal you up. Yeah, the doubt and the money came from the same place, so the doubt is really whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, let's take the alpha. The Act 1 boss reward is, you sort of expect that to be a power spike. You like need to get something out of that. And if we take Busted Crown and then don't pick anything from it, I think we're behind. We don't currently have a scaling damage plan, and this is a scaling damage plan, so we'll have to find some way to block. But we do have a wall up, so maybe just like go into Wrath mode, wall up, and then exit Wrath mode is good enough. Maybe we find like a mental fortress. I don't know. We'll have to work with what we get because we have a Busted Crown. Okay. This is really good with stance changing. We're doing some stance changing. Maybe we don't need the energy. If we pick Calling Bell, we'd have 2 curses in the deck, and then if for some reason we're unable to remove the doubt, we could just like pick scrying stuff to avoid curses. Calling Bell would be really nice. It's probably going to be Pandora's Box though, because we have Molten Egg. Anytime you have an egg, Pandora's Box is like, pick me! Because like, you know, some of the cards you pick are going to be upgraded, which makes it way better than normal. Calling Bell into Duvidol is okay. I think we're still looking to get rid of the doubt. Weak is pretty bad, especially since we're trying to get big multipliers, right? We're trying to get vulnerable plus wrath, and then we do not want a multiplier of 0.75 mixed in there. I do really enjoy Calling Bell though. And some of these relics are pretty garbage. These 3. These 2 are great. If I want bites though, maybe Molten Egg screams Pandora's Box less than like Frozen Egg and Toxic Egg do. Toxic Egg probably says Pandora's Box like unequivocally. It's true Pandora's can kill me, but Pandora's also like is just good with Busted Crown because like it takes a little bit of the pressure off of like you need to find cards that are good. Because we'll just like get some cards, and like usually after Pandora's Box you're like, okay, I guess this is the plan, right? I got 4 copies of Feel No Pain, so time to find some exhaust cards, or like I got a whatever, like a Blasphemy and what's that card with the volcano on it? It's not Eruption because this card is Eruption, but Ragnarok, that's the one. I got a, whatever, Blasphemy and Ragnarok, I guess I'm doing that. Also, we have a Brilliance, so if we get, normally some of the weakest Watcher cards are the Mantra cards, like Prey. Prey is quite terrible. But we have Brilliance, so even Prey is not amazingly bad. It's true, you do get Master Reality, and you know, you get like Battle Hymn and stuff you're not really looking for, but the cards you get are reliably better than Strikes and Defends. And we have a Molten Egg, so I'm pretty sure it's the pick. This also relieves a little bit of the pathing pressure from next act. Because of the Molten Egg, and like we still have 4 copies of the Strike, we were like really focused on finding bites. And if we take Pandora's Box, bites aren't as good, so we're back to just looking for a shop. And we really need the shop with the doubt and the money. So like the needing to find a shop and needing to find bites were a little bit in conflict. So I think we're going to grab Pandora's Box. Also, just like classes tend to have more attacks and skills than powers. So like Molten Egg and Toxic Egg are sort of inherently better than Frozen Egg in how they interact with Pandora's Box. Particularly Toxic Egg. Toxic Egg, I think, is just the best egg, right? Because getting upgraded skills really catapults you into the end game in terms of survivability. But let's do it. All right, so we got 2 Perseverances, a Mental Fortress, a Fasting, a second Like-Water. Not much attack, just a Consecrate for attack. Got a little bit of stance changing. And definitely some stance-changing synergy. Alright, so we're going to need to be on the lookout for more stance-changing. I don't hate Fasting with 4 energy. That seems fine. This is a pretty good outcome, I'd say. We did only get one attack, so the Pandora's Box synergy with this pick was pretty muted. Yeah, Tantrum Ragnarok, that's a possible outcome. Pretty happy with Perseverances instead of Defends, though. Perseverance are miles better than Defends. Even if it was just a Defend that said Retain, it would be way better than a regular Defend. But having them Retain and stack is pretty nuts. One attack, so normally I'd be complaining about one attack, but we actually took a ton of attacks in Act 1. We got Flurry, Brilliance, Crush Joints, Follow Up, Reach Heaven, and Wall Up, and we got a scaling damage plan in Alpha, so I think we're fine on damage. I was mainly just looking for block stuff, and this really delivered. It's weird to be like picking Pandora's Box because of the Molten Egg and looking for block stuff, but that's the situation. Champion. Okay, there's the shop. Probably need to do that. Looks like shop and question marks were compatible. Something I was definitely worried about. A lot of elites available. 2 here, and then we can get a 3rd one in either of these places. Probably this one because of the fire. After this elite, we can back off and take that fire if we want. Get 3 question marks in the second half. We have a bunch of money, so it's possible we need to go to 2 shops. We could go to this shop and that shop, or this shop and this shop. But we're definitely going to this shop, so we're definitely starting here. So let's do it. Chosen. Killed our last run in a highly disappointing fashion. So we remember you, Chosen. Let's see, how likely are we to be able to exit Wrath next turn? Got Vigilance and Empty Mind are our 2 ways of getting out. We have 21 cards, 16 in the draw pile. We could Third Eye to filter that down a little bit. So we could do Alpha, Eruption, Third Eye. Skipping Like Water. I think I just like Alpha, Third Eye, Like Water. A second Like Water. Don't need either of those 2. I think we're planning on doing 1 damage and then Omega twice. Probably. Fasting Vigilance Like Water is cool. Obviously with 2 flurries in there. Oh wait, that's 5 energy. So we're skipping this Like Water, I guess? Or we're skipping Fasting. Let's skip Fasting. Fasting is good with the Perseverances, though. Fasting is also just good in this fight because of the dazes, so we might not be able to spend all 4 energy. So we might as well have 3 energy. Like Water is really good in the fight too, though, so I think we'll just lean on Like Water. Okay, Boot coming in huge. There's Beta. Beta Wallop seems fine. Hanson, what did you expect the exclamation mark art command to do? I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Omega gives us a win next turn. Block out a little bit on the way there. Losing 1 health to that Dirty Chosen. Killed our last run so brutally. Third Eye's nice. Are we still looking for Third Eye? Seems like we got quite a few more defensive tools than last time. So that is a oil painting by my late mother-in-law. I never met her, but she made that. We have a Fasting in the deck. This is such a weird situation. Busted Crown Pandora's Box, such a bizarre deck. Yeah, I think we're probably okay. I don't hate just picking Third Eyes, though. Third Eye's just a good card. If we upgrade Battle Hymn and Alpha, we'll have a lot of reliable cards in the opening hand. I think this is like the first card we're skipping. I don't know. Should we be skipping Third Eye? Third Eye is pretty good. 2 Like Waters, a Mental Fortress, a Third Eye, and 2 Perseverances. That's our defensive kit. Oh, and a Wallop. Yeah, I guess we're okay. Oh no, we should pick Third Eye. No, we need to pick Third Eye because we're an Alpha deck. We need to be picking Scry cards so we can get the Beta Omega going. Oh my god, we have Orange Pellets and an extra Fasting? What? That's insane. Okay, so this is an Orange Pellets Fasting deck. Surprise. Neat. Cool. Let's get rid of that doubt before I forget. Okay. Got 185 gold left. We actually have a bunch of powers, too. How many powers do we have? We have 1, 2... Omega technically counts. 2-ish. 3, 4, 5. 5 powers. And how many attacks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plenty. 7. Many. Oh, I did forget Battle Hymn, you're right. So we've got lots of attacks, and the Perseverances, I think the skills might be the stumbling block. We actually, if we upgrade Battle Hymn and Consecrate their in Alpha, we're going to have a reliable power and a skill in the opening hand. So if we find, like, mutagens, we'd get the strength pretty much every time. We just have to find an attack. If we could bottle a Fasting, we'd have, like, such a crazy turn 1 wombo combo. Tiny Chest is an option. Take Tiny Chest. Probably going to, like, 3 or 4 question marks in the act. So we'd get probably 2 treasures out of it. Maybe that's not worth it. Ragnarok's great. I'm not saying no Ragnarok. I think the main argument against Ragnarok is that we are probably trying to do that with Alpha. Probably trying to blow people up with that. We don't really have any strength scaling. And we kind of need attacks to fit into an Orange Pellet's turn, theoretically. Although, with Fasting, Ragnarok is going to do a bunch of damage. With 2 Fastings, we have 6 strength, so it ends up doing 72 gaming, or 72 damage. Oh no, Onson, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I'm not. So, I put the no backseat gaming tag in there because occasionally people will show up and just do nothing but like scream out lines. As long as you put it's in the stream tags. As long as you like have some analysis along with it, you're like, I like this card. Like that's fine. That's totally like, what else would you be saying, right? Like this is a stream where we're gonna play Slay the Spire together. So I definitely don't mind like talking to me about stuff. That's fine. Right, exactly. The stream we do this, stream we do that is a little bit. It's not like, it's fine. I'll just ignore it. But like, we're just all here hanging out. I do like Ragnarok. I would like a Tantrum a lot more. Tantrum would be amazing in this deck. Double Fasting, stance changing deck with Tantrum. My mouth is watering, but there's no Tantrum here. I do like Anchor quite a bit though. Anchor's really good. Helps protect us while we're setting up Orange Pellets and Fasting and powers and stuff. Um, yeah, I think I like the Anchor better than the Ragnarok. It's close though. Ragnarok's really good. Fairy Bottle's great too. I think the main problem with Fairy Bottle is I don't see the way to utilize the rest of my money at the shop. It just seems like I'm holding on to 70 gold. I guess I could buy 2 potions. 2 potions is good if like the next fight is an elite. But if it's not, we have a 50% chance of getting a potion here, so we'd have to like use the potion immediately. I don't know if we really need a potion for the next hallway fight. We could take Dramatic Entrance. Dramatic Entrance gets us, once we get Alpha and Battle Hymn upgraded, gives us a guaranteed turn 1 orange pellets. I don't know if we need a guaranteed turn 1 orange pellets, but that's cute. That's actually kind of nice, because if we had a fasting on turn 1, we'd be like fasting Alpha, Battle Hymn, Dramatic Entrance, purge the fasting debuff. But then we're not blocking. I don't know. Yeah, and we don't have mutagenic yet, so I think Dramatic Entrance is a little bit over-indexing into a relic we don't have. Not a super common event either. It's about as common as Ancient Writing. I think I'll just take the Anchor. Anchor is just unassuming and really strong. Okay. All right. 1 sphere boy. We have access to fasting orange pellets, which seems great. We have to play Perseverance to get that to go, which means Perseverance is not ticking, which is too bad. We could either play Crush Joints or Like Water. Can't play both. I think I like Water better. Okay. Wallop doesn't really do anything. I mean, it doesn't block. It does 15 damage. Probably playing both Third Eyes. So we got 2 energy to play with. Mental Fortress Brilliance is probably better than Wallop. Does the same damage, develops power. Vigilance Unbeat Mind is neat, especially with Mental Fortress. I don't... Do we need Alpha in this fight? I guess I might as well. Maybe we should have saved a power. Should have saved a power for purging the Frail. I think we've got a power left, though. Yeah, we'll get a purge next turn, probably. Actually, there's no skills for next turn. Oh, wait, there will be, because there will be a beta, maybe. Follow-up is free. I want to do Vigilance, Empty Mind. That blocks for 8. And then, I guess we actually block for more if we don't Empty Mind. Because we block for 5 if we end in water. Whereas we block for 4 if we exit. So if we Vigilance Perseverance Alpha, that's probably the max block. So that's going to block for 14 with these 2, plus 5 at the end of the turn. Is 19 plus 4 for switching stances, so that's 23. Blocking out, and we can develop Alpha. That's true, Empty Mind could draw power. Alright, so we got a power and a attacking skill, so we can purge the Frail if we want. Seems like in doing so, we would go into Wrath? No, that's not true. We could just play Flurry of Blows, like Water Beta. And that blocks out, purges the debuff. Seems good. Okay. Omega is nice, but it doesn't block for quite enough. We could theoretically skip it and just play like Vigilance, Perseverance to block. Seems kind of silly to not play Omega. Omega Perseverance blocks for 20, so we take 2 damage, triggering our Centennial Puzzle. I'll take 2. I'll take 2 happily. Coffee with ice cream or cola ice cream float. Wow. That's going to be the new stream title. I'm going to steal that from you. I'm going to put it into the stream title. Right. Now you know. I don't drink coffee very much. I got coffee from Starbucks yesterday, so I guess I am sort of lying, but I usually don't drink coffee. I do drink tea though. You guys don't have root beer. That's odd. Can't you just like import the root beer? I don't think we grow sarsaparilla in the United States. I think we just import the root beer. I'm not taking a Flying Sleeves. It does scale with Orange Pellets, technically. It's also an attack, and attacks are kind of the most scarce resource for triggering Orange Pellets, and it retains, so it's really reliable. I guess I'm trying to tuck myself into Flying Sleeves right now. With 6 strength, it hits for 24. You laugh, but like when I went to Seattle a couple of years ago, we went to a dedicated root beer store, and it was like a pretty big store with just like shelves packed full of just like every different type of root beer you could ever imagine. It wasn't like a whole shelf full of one type of root beer. It was like every bottle was different, and it was like a 1,000 square foot store with like shelves stacked to the ceiling, all different types of root beer. It was insanity. I don't know how they kept everything straight. And they had like custom bottle openers that are supposed to like remove the caps without damaging them. It was nuts. It was quite an insane place. People care about their stuff. Some people, that stuff is root beer. Sorry, we're considering taking a Flying Sleeves. I think no on Flying Sleeves. The main point of fasting is to buff our decks, and as tempting as it is to take multi-attacks, we've got an alpha. We don't need to take more damage. Ooh, we could take a Rive and then take it to the store and remove it. Oh wait, we don't have enough money for that. Drat. We could do it anyway. To just continue the having a curse in this deck plan. We do have some scrying a little bit. We've got 2 Third Eyes. But this starts in your opening hand. The Third Eyes are not super relevant. We've got Anchor, so having one of our cards get blocked doesn't mean we're going to be unable to block. Let's see. I feel like, okay, so the chat streamer relationship, right? One of us is talking. I'm just talking basically to myself and to this camera. You can see you, camera. And then chat is like typing in text and using emojis and stuff. So it's like, it's such a weird asymmetric relationship that like I'm not used to. I've been doing this for about 6 months, and definitely have not gotten used to the like talking versus typing thing. So I definitely have been irritated by you specifically, Sir Arnold, but that's okay. I think that's natural in any relationship. Okay. What relic do we want? I mean, best outcome here is like fossilized helix, right? Like fossilized helix is nuts. So okay, so there's that. I would really like a backpack, bag of prep. That would be nice. What else do we want? Vajra, things that oddly smooth stone. Are these things better than Rive? I think those ones that I mentioned are all probably better than Rive. Duvudol would be nice, yep. Even Gira would be okay. It's going to be a little bit hard to find that many fires, but even like a peace pipe or a singing bowl would be great. Question card, prayer wheel, all those things are good. Ship relics are great. So what would be bad? We've already got the boot, so how bad could it be? There's not too many just like useless relics available. Damaru wouldn't be great, but we do have a Omniscience. Strawberry. I would take a strawberry for a Writhe, I think. Would I? The thing is, Alpha isn't upgraded. Singing Bowl would be great. So the reason I mentioned Singing Bowl is like, Busted Crown makes our card rewards worse in general, so we're like pretty happy to skip most of them. And Singing Bowl makes skip way better, so Singing Bowl would be amazing. Alright, I think I'm doing it. Bottle Tornado, oh my god, Bottle Tornado would be nuts. We're probably going to this shop if we do that, and that's pretty much in our path already. I think we probably would be pretty happy to go there, even without this. Okay. Oh, crap. I forgot about Juicy Bracelet. We already had the boot, so I assumed there was no bad outcomes, but, crap. Okay, well that wasn't worth it. This is terrible. Oh, we can just remove it. Okay, great. It was free. There's no strikes or defense to upgrade, so we're always doing card remove. And card remove as an extra special target. Goodbye, Arrive. Thanks, Ancient Rating. You got my back. Man, Slay the Spire playing with my emotions today. Okay, Alpha seems good. We can't block, but we can draw some cards and maybe get a Calm Enter. If we get Vigilance, we're probably just going to play Empty Mind Vigilance Alpha, because we don't want to skip Alpha. Let's see what it is. Get that Perseverance ticking a little longer. Or we just play it now. Blocks for 4 now. I think I'll just take the damage instead. Vigilance, Beta, both want to get played this turn, which takes all the energy. Perseverance does block Wound, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Like, Jizu could force me into the Weeping Altar event. Vigilance blocks for 13. We end up taking 8 and 2 wounds. It's not too bad. Probably draw Omega next turn. This deck would love a Pocket Watch. I wish this Juicy Bracelet was a Pocket Watch. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to skip Beta. Book of Stabbing is a race, and we need to be winning the race. Okay, we can follow up Fasting Double Perseverance, which blocks for a ton and purges the debuff from fasting. Follow up first because it's yellow. Actually, I'll Perseverance like water. That's better. Both block out. Alright, there's the Omega. Omega Perseverance blocks for 24. He's hitting for 35. Take 11 damage and 2 wounds. Yikes. Then we're probably looking for lethal next turn. Other options, we could play Third Eye instead of Perseverance. Blocks for 2 less with no apparent benefit. I guess we could Empty Mind. We could like Mental Fortress Empty Mind. And then hope that we find Vigilance. But then if we find Vigilance, we can't play Omega. If we don't play Omega, we don't win the fight fast enough, I don't think. So let's play Omega. We might we'll probably win next turn with a Fire Pot, is probably what's going to happen. Do 12 damage in Fire Pot. Seems pretty likely. The 2 damage does help me set up next turn a little better. There are some wounds here too. I don't think we can miss 12 damage though, can we? Vigilance, Battle Hymn, Fasting, 3 wounds. Yeah, we can miss it. Okay, I'll take 2 damage to make sure we don't. Yep, those all miss, so I'd rather not. Okay, Brilliance does it. And it looks like we might be able to save the Fire Pot too. Brilliance, Reach Heaven, Flurry Blows, quite a bit of damage. Yep. That's the Omega. Second Crush Joints I think is probably a no. Pretty excited about Warpaint. Ooh, got the Alpha upgrade and a Third Eye. Wow, that was a really good outcome from the Warpaint. There was a lot of worse outcomes there. Vigilance was worse. Perseverances were way worse. I guess we don't have that many skills. Empty Mind is probably worse. Yeah, I think that was probably the best case scenario for Warpaint upgrades. Alpha was probably the best one. And I guess Third Eye. Maybe Empty Mind was better. No, I think I would have taken Third Eye over Empty Mind. Wow. Great outcome. Actually, Perseverance has a pretty good upgrade, doesn't it? Because it upgrades the scaling. Yeah, it does. Okay, maybe I would have taken Alpha Perseverance. Alright, whatever. It was a good outcome. I think we're healing here. We're only at 31. Yeah, we're about to do 2 elites in a row, so we are going to need some health for that. Firepot's pretty good in either of the next 2 fights. In Gremlin later, it kills a Gremlin Wizard, and in Slavers, it helps kill the red Slaver fast. It is Slavers. This is our first fight with Alpha guaranteed in the opening hand. I think we're going to do Alpha Crush Joints follow-up Fasting. Actually, no. Well, yeah. We have to do Fasting last, unfortunately, because we need follow-up to get the energy from following Crush Joints, and Crush Joints only applies vulnerable if we play it after Alpha, so it has to be specifically that order, unfortunately. Do we need Alpha in this fight? Maybe we play Perseverance instead of Alpha? I guess we could Energy Pot. If we Energy Pot, we can Fasting first. And play Perseverance. I don't hate that. We get quite a bit of extra damage and some extra block. Are we ever doing 31 damage? No, definitely not. I do like the energy bot though. And we could just hold Perseverance, but I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Might have to skip beta here. I was hoping to get 3 damage so that we could finish him off with a fire pot, but it didn't happen. So he's going to hit us really hard, and we're going to be vulnerable. This is a really bad outcome. Maybe what we're hoping for is next turn we Omega and do, like, AoE damage? Because we could find Consecrate. Oh, that's true, Vulnerable can be Verged. Yeah, I think the best outcome for next turn is Omega Consecrate. Omega Consecrate almost wins. Taskmaster is still alive, but... So I think we have to beta here. So it's beta and then as much block as we can get, which is... Third Eye Perseverance. Blocks for 20, we take 10. Seems kind of short-sighted to not play the Like Waters and the Vigilance, but... does Beta Third Eye guarantee Omega? Why would it? Oh, you mean Empty Mind. Oh, that's right. Third Eye is upgraded. I forgot about the Scry for 5. I thought it only scried for 3. You're right. It does guarantee it. It actually doesn't exactly guarantee it because Beta shuffles a card, and then there will be 6, so it could be the bottom card. But so the only way we don't get it is if it's the bottom card. So the chance of it being the bottom card is actually lower if we beta before we Third Eye, which is kind of counterintuitive because there's a 1 in 11 chance currently. And if we Third Eye, then there's a 1 in 6 chance if we Third Eye first. So we're going to beta and then Third Eye, even though we could see the Omega. Uh-oh, we didn't see it. So we've lost the initial 50-50. And then Perseverance, I think. Oh, right. Letter Opener. Okay, so now if we find the 2 cards, we win on the spot. And we didn't find those, but that'll work. Bottom card was Consecrate. Ink Bottle, huh? Sash Whip to go along with the, what's it called? Crush Joints. Sash Whip is an attack, it's an attack that blocks. Seems like we're mostly focused on blocking and then waiting for, Alpha to kill people. Pretty capable of playing an attack as the most previous card, because we have a Consecrate and a Flurry. So I think we're more comfortable with playing an attack last than a skill last, generally. What's our attack ratio look like? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'd be going up to 8. 8 out of 23 is almost exactly a third, so that's pretty reasonable. Diluting the deck is bad, that's true. But blocking is good. What's our plan for Champ? Champ is kind of awkward for Alpha decks because he is going to get an Execute off if you don't do some damage in the second phase. Or I think maybe if you set him up perfectly, he doesn't get an attack off. Yeah, I don't think Sash Whip is quite good enough, but it's close. We're doing another Elite? I think yes. We've got a Weak Pot and a Fire Pot, so we're not too afraid of Book of Stabbing or Gremlin Leader because the Weak Pot, Fire Pot's great against Gremlin Leader. Book of Stabbing is probably the scarier one. Sundial. Sapphire Key. How often do we shuffle? Usually like once a fight. And we only shuffle like after all the alpha stuff has already happened. So maybe Sundial is not very useful. Omega does often end up on the bottom of the deck, and if Omega's on the bottom of the deck and we like draw the Omega and shuffle, that could be pretty useful. I think it's probably useful enough to not take Sapphire-Key. Oh crap, 2 wizards. That's scary. Okay. We're always playing Alpha and Lake Water. Reach Heaven versus Mental Fortress. Flurry Blow is always happening. Let's make sure we can block. I think that's important. Oh boy. Alright, this is what the weak pot's for. We can Fasting Empty Mind follow up to purge the fasting debuff. It doesn't really block at all, which is concerning. Can't trigger Ink Bottle. Can't change stances. I guess Empty Mind could draw us something. Could draw us a 0-cost attack and a 1-cost defend. It's not super unlikely. We could just let the fasting debuff sit here for a turn. Let's Empty Mind first. We have Third Eye for block now. Max block is Fasting Third Eye. Would we get a power? Would we get a pellet debuff or pellet purge next turn? If we got like Beta Consecrate, oh, there's no powers left, so we shouldn't play Fasting unless we can purge right now. Crap. Only way to purge right now is Fasting Follow Up. With the weak pot, he's hitting for 24. I don't think I'm willing to go to 2. So I guess it's going to be like Third Eye, Like Water Battle him? Yeah, so for the double Wizard Blast, we're hoping on... I guess we can't get Omega. Crap. Firepot kills one of them, and I guess we have to kill the other one with, like, Eruption Wallop or something. There's the Eruption. Yeah, Eruption Brilliance will probably do it with the Battle Hymn card. And I guess I like water for fun. He can't be attacking. At least there's that. Okay. Eruption Wallop is really nice. Blocks for 23, kills him. And Firepot kills the other one. Vigilance is not here, and we're shuffling with the Omega, so Omega's skipping a shuffle here. If we don't find Vigilance, we do die with this line. I guess we could just Brilliance wall up one to death, and spend an energy on third-eyeing away the Consecrate. Nah, might as well go big. Oh. Crap. How did I miss that? Alright, Brilliance kills him, but then we don't have the energy to play Beta. What a nightmare. Okay, so we can Fasting Third Eye and attack to purge the debuff. Third Eye helps us find the Beta again. Wallop seems good next turn. Eruption does not seem necessary, since we're already in Wrath. I think we're killing him. Follow-up is free. We should only do it that way if we're going to kill him, though. 20 plus 30 is 50, plus 30 is 80. We got him. Who needs Omega? Tori, okay. Empty Fist seems roughly compatible with what the deck does. Gets us back Flurries, triggers Mental Fortress, gets us out of Wrath. We need more Call Mentors. I think I want Call Mentors more than I want an Empty Fist. Okay. Seems like we're resting here, since we're at 9. Do we still want to go to that store? I think the main reason for going there was removing the Writhe, and that removed itself. The Ancient Rating. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any advantage to going to the store right now. Whereas this way has 2 question marks. Question marks can have apparitions? Yeah, I'd be pretty excited about apparition. Okay. Thwack, sure. Thwack is fine. Uh-oh, this is the fight that killed us last time. Oh my god. We can't trigger Orange Pellets unless we play Empty Mind and find an attack. I think we're just going to play Alpha Fasting Mental Fortress. You know what's really awkward about this deck? What's awkward about this deck is that we really, really want to trigger Orange Pellets, like a lot. It's really important to trigger Orange Pellets. But then also, it costs, like, our fastings cost 2, and we don't want to skip beta, and beta costs 2. There's just, like, a lot of contention for energy. We're drawing both with potentially Empty Mind and with Ink Bottle, so it's definitely possible for us to draw an attack. But I don't want to skip Alpha. So I think I'm just going to play Alpha Fasting and see what the draw is. Maybe it's an attack. Hey! Alright. Let's kill that guy. Okay. Vigilance blocks out this turn. Like Water helps us block out next turn. Probably should have gotten vulnerable with the Crush Joints. Seems like a mistake. Wallop kills him perfectly. Blocks out. Seems good. And develop a Reach Heaven. Accidentally drawing a card with Ink Bottle. Story of my life. Beta guarantees an Omega draw next turn. Third eye is net positive cards. Pretty okay drawing this hand though. Oh wait, I purged the Hex. I forgot I purged the Hex. Okay. I was wondering why I don't have any dazes. Like Water fasting through Violence. Perseverance would purge debuffs next turn, but we probably want to play Omega next turn. And then Omega through Violence, Perseverance will purge debuffs next turn. It's kind of neat. If we want to. We have a weak currently, and we're going to get a Vulnerable, I believe. Might as well play these. I think we're skipping both of these next turn because of Omega. Taking all the energy. So might as well shuffle them away. Get an extra Sundial. That's a lot of damage. Maybe we care about that. We're not vulnerable, so we could purge weak, but that's not super meaningful. I would hate to skip Omega. Wait, do we have lethal? Max damage is Omega through Violence Smite. Through Violence Smite is 28 damage. 28 plus 50 is lethal. Bye. Follow-up, I think, is no. It is nice to have a zero-cost attack, but it's been very difficult to trigger follow-up. And there's already one in the deck, so I think we're going to skip that. Okay. Oh, it is Whack. Okay, fine. Fasting Alpha Brilliance is nice, but we take 17 damage if we do that. Only way to block here is Perseverance, which is not great. Fasting Alpha Brilliance sets up Ink Bottle for next turn. What about Fasting Alpha Perseverance? Block for 8. Keep the debuff, but we might find a way to purge it next turn. Could skip Alpha, that's true. So that'd be like Fasting Brilliance Perseverance. Yeah, it's harder for me to imagine skipping Perseverance than skipping Alpha. I will admit that. But Fasting Perseverance Alpha is also an option. And we only have to trigger Omega once in this fight to just win it on the spot. So if we can draw Omega next turn and block, and then draw Omega the following turn. Sorry, draw Beta next turn, draw Omega the following turn. That would work out nicely. That Centennial Puzzle is going to help us draw Beta. What's wrong with the Stone Calendar that costs 6 energy? I don't see the problem. I think this part is happening. We're choosing between Brilliance and Alpha. Brilliance is saying I'm killing him with damage. Alpha is saying I'm killing him with Omega. I'm gonna go with Brilliance. Alpha costs 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3. Eruption Consecrate Follow-Up is a hell of a lot of damage. That says 22 AoE. It says 12. 22 plus 12 is 34. Not quite enough. Allocating the energy loss from fasting to alpha seems strange. Oh, I see. You're posing it as alpha versus brilliance, which is how I posed it. That's fair. Well, then it would cost 8, right? Because it would cost an energy this turn and next turn, presumably. So I guess we have to follow up and consecrate on Red Slaver if we want to kill him. So if it's like consecrate, follow-up, or sorry, eruption, follow-up, consecrate, he's taken 12 plus 22, so he's taken 34, and then Crush Lance kills him, I think. So I think we're done. We should play 2 cards if we can. Yeah, we can. Oh wait, this one. I almost played that one, which would have disrupted my lethal. Okay. I mean, we're here, might as well fight him. Okay. Alpha Mental Fortress Eruption blocks out, enters Wrath. That's kind of neat. We could also Eruption Brilliance. We can alternately Eruption Brilliance, so Mental Fortress, Brilliance, Eruption Brilliance. Eruption Brilliance does 24 plus 9 is 33 damage. Brings Gremlin Knob down to 52. We could very easily die to this fight. Let's go Alpha Empty Mind and try to find Omega this turn. That'd be neat. Or try and find Beta this turn, rather. Okay, we didn't find that. We did find Reach Heaven. So we could get a Through Violence. Let's go ahead and put you under 50. Seems like a pretty important breakpoint. We'll work on Gremlin Knob next. Alright. Vigilance, Like Water, Consecrate is okay. Maybe I should have put the Reach Heaven on Gremlin Knob. Because Consecrate would have put Taskmaster under 50 anyway. I guess I didn't know I was drawing Consecrate, but I knew it was in the deck, so... Vigilance gives Knob 3 strength, so it increases the damage from 16 to 19. 19 incoming, 13 blocking. So we'd end up taking 6, which is just above Tori. We could Perseverance as well, which blocks for a net 2, which means that Tori would block it down to 1 damage. Triggering Centennial Puzzle. That gives Gremlin Knob 6 strength, though. Which means we really need to kill him next turn. And we haven't even played Beta yet. So I don't know if we can do that. We're gonna die to Thwack here, aren't we? I think this bit's happening. And I think we're gonna skip Perseverance for Crush Joints. Perseverance blocks one more next turn anyway. Okay, still no Beta. So Beta's next turn. We do get extra energy next turn from a Sundial. Can we kill Gremlin Knob this turn? We have no way to enter Wrath, which I think would be pretty important. We have Fasting, Through Violence, Flurry, Follow, which is a lot of damage for 0. We could do Through Violence and Flurry of Blows with both Fastings, but we can't do Follow-Up with both Fastings. So it'd be Fasting, and then 20 plus 6 plus 6, so 32. That's true. Purge Vulnerability is an option. His base damage goes down to 16 if we Purge Vulnerability, and he goes up to 19. 19 plus 13 is 22, so we're still dying unless we block for net 8, and to block for net 8 we'd have to block for 11 with 1 card. Fasting blocks for 10 with 1 card, so it's Perseverance. Actually, no, neither Perseverance has aged long enough. I think we're dying. Maybe we can kill Taskmaster and Purge debuffs. So Flurry of Blows plus Through Violence does 32, plus the follow-up would kill Taskmaster. So then we third eye to block. Yeah, I think that works. How the hell are we killing this guy? Beta's too slow. Like Water's too slow. Third Eye maybe helps us survive next turn? No. We need to be hitting him in the face. I think battle him. That's probably what we're doing. Gives us a smite. Hopefully we enter Wrath and kill him. If not, we have 2 Perseverances. Maybe we get through it. We did get Eruption. Our damage is only Eruption, Reach Heaven, Smite, though. So 12 plus 26 is 38, plus 30 is 68. Oh my god, it's lethal. Ice Cream's amazing. Bottled Flame... We talked about Bottled Tornado being really good. Bottled Flame probably hits Wallop? I'll think about that more in a second. Second Consecrate is an option. Who's going in the bottle? So we have Alpha upgraded. We've got a bunch of powers. So we would much rather bottle a Fasting, but bottling an attack does give us a mostly guaranteed Purge. I guess the Purge doesn't really do anything, since we don't have any, we didn't find mutagens, and we're not guaranteed a Fasting. By free attack, do you mean the Consecrate? Or Flurry, I guess. Yeah, if we bottle Flurry, it is in hand when we're doing all the stance changing, or it's guaranteed to basically be in the bottom of the deck during the first shuffle, which is nice. Getting Flurry into the bottom of the shuffle is an objective for a lot of Talk to the Hand decks. We're not really a Talk to the Hand deck, so I don't know how much we need a Flurry of Blows in the opening hand. Seems like kind of a waste of hand slot. I think we're probably skipping the bottle. Because we don't really want an attack in our opening hand, we really want a Fasting. And the more opening hand spots we take up, the less likely we are to find Fasting. Got an Ice Cream. What are we doing with Ice Cream? Ice Cream screams Deva Form, right? Fasting is also nice with Deva Form. Wouldn't hate a Deva Form and a bunch of card draw. Although we have a Busted Crown, so we can't really rely on finding any cards. Is there a card that's like useful, an attack that's useful against the Heart, or Act 4 elites, or Act 3 bosses, or anything? I guess Wallop is probably the closest to that. Pretty useful to have a Wallop in your hand on turn 1. But if we take Fasting Wallop, we're pretty much never proccing Orange Pellets. If we take Wallop and then we get Fasting in the opening hand is what I mean. I guess we could take another Energy Relic, and then that's realistic. Kind of the opposite of the line people are suggesting with the zero-cost attack. I guess we could also get a zero-cost skill. I think those exist for Watcher. Yeah, there's kind of 3 options. Skip a bottle, bottle a zero-cost thing, or bottle a Wallop. I don't think we're ever bottling, like, Crushed Joints or anything. If we had a Talk to the Hand, that would be amazing. I'd love to bottle a Talk to the Hand. Yeah, I think we're just skipping it. Feels bad. Which one is the higher outcome? I always forget. I think you bet on Owner for higher outcome. Hey, Go Shoe. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. We're gonna bet on Owner. We don't really care about the 230. Darn. Okay, that's fine. Looks like we're resting, because Champ will definitely kill us if we walk in there at 8 health. Alright. Alpha, and then Third Eye. I guess Third Eye first, and then Alpha is probably more correct. Oops. That seems fine for next turn. And enter call. Ah, yeah. Get him with the letter opener. That's the plan. Beta's happening. Third Eye Perseverance, or we could just Third Eye and take 5. Let's do Consecrate Follow-Up before we forget. Actually, I'm gonna restart the fight. Sorry. Just drink the Strength Pot before I start doing attacks. I did it in the wrong order the first time, so I'll continue doing it in the wrong order. Okay. Okay, there's Omega. So next turn is probably going to be like Omega, like Water Flurry. We don't really need Flurry in there. I guess it doesn't hurt. We're not in a stance, so we don't need that. And I don't think we're playing Brilliance next turn. We'll take a block card. We could play a Perseverance to save 5 health, but I like keeping the Perseverances in hand, and we have Ice Cream now, so saving the energy is pretty reasonable, especially since next turn is Omega. Oh right, taking 5 is great. I forgot. We could play Fasting Omega on the same turn, which is silly. Probably playing Flurry. It's probably like Flurry, or sorry, probably playing Omega. It's probably Omega, Flurry, double Perseverance. Purge the vulnerability and the frail. Okay. Blocking for 9 seems good. Alright, and we start ticking him down. 50 a turn. No skill here. I could consider playing Fasting anyway. Let's see, what do I want to do? I'm not sure what you're referencing. You're probably right. I don't know what it is though. I've lost the context. This one's always happening, and then it's either Like Water or Fasting. Yeah, I know you're talking about the previous turn. I just don't remember what the cards were. We're just gonna play that one. We have debuffs, so we should probably purge them. Only skill is Perseverance or Vigilance, so I'd like to keep the Perseverance, so I'll play Vigilance. So I think it's going to be these things. Oh crap, wait, are we splitting him perfectly? We're hitting him for... We got him at 221. So we apparently did a really good job of splitting. We probably want to play Perseverance, so Fasting... Oh, actually, let's see. So he's currently hitting us for 6, which is awkward. So we need to block for at least 1, so I guess I'll play Perseverance because I can purge the Fasting debuff with it. We don't need to play Third Eye, so I'll save the energy and play the Zero Dot decks. Do we play Battle Hand? We're drawing this hand next turn. He is going to be getting mad next turn, so we could play Eruption and a Smite and a Reach Heaven, and then maybe get lethal. Let's at least start getting the Smites. I think that's reasonable. Okay, so he's starting to power up. If we go into Wrath mode, we might not be able to exit, which might cause us to die. If we don't go into Wrath mode, then we need to wait for 3 turns. Okay, see you around, good turn. Oh, that's true, Empty Mind. We can just exit right now. Great point. I was hoping to play the Through Violence in Wrath mode. So it only matters if we can cut a turn off, right? So if we can get him to like 50 this turn, that's true. It does retain. Okay, so if we can do... Okay, so Omega's doing 100 damage for the next 2 turns. So if we can do 74, then we win. And this does... Yeah, this... So we have lethal, actually. We have 2-turn lethal here. Okay. And then Omega does 50, and through violence does the rest. Yeah, it was not close, also, because the next Omega is... Okay. Cool. Take that, champ. Second alpha, definitely not necessary. I have played decks that have 2 copies of alpha, but it was a very silly idea. And we do not have the we don't have the support for that, and we're not going to find it because we have Busted Crown, so no way. Second energy relic would be okay. We've been relying on resting quite a bit though, so I don't think we're too excited about that. We don't have a ton of potions right now, nor do we have potions that are particularly good with Sacred Bark. Explosive Potion doesn't scale very well into Act 3, and that includes when it's doubled. We don't have White Beast Statue or anything like that. So I guess it's Black Star by default. This one I think lowers our win percentage. Kinda. I mean, it does damage twice as fast, so if you can actually play double Omega, that's nice. I mean, Black Star does something. I don't know if we can trust Sacred Bark to really do anything. We do have to fight the Mega Elite, so at the very least, Black Star is giving us 2 relics. Most likely 3. Possibly up to 5. Pretty unlikely it's going to be 5. But that's the distribution. I'm just having trouble imagining Sacred Bark being really good. I guess if we got like a fruit juice or a regen pot or something, there's some outs for Sacred Bark to be amazing. So we're gonna have a lot of trouble with like the Spire elites. I'm really worried about. I've lost a lot of alpha decks to Spire elites, and I don't feel very confident like buying Sacred Bark and trying to carry potions to the heart, because like I'm gonna need those potions for Spire elites. So I think I'll take Black Star. It's higher variance than Sacred Bark. Sacred Bark is more reliably useful. Sometimes Black Star just doesn't do anything. But I think it's the pick here. Plus, if we get energy relics, they're good with ice cream. Awakened One's kind of a nightmare. That's really bad for us. We have to go this way, and there's no choices along that route. So I guess we're fighting 4 elites. Okay. Well, Black Star's happy. Alright. Alpha Crush Joints. Draws a card. Sure. Yeah, this is gonna be a challenge. I mean, if you're gonna fight 4 elites in an act, I feel like Act 3 is the act to do it. Act 3, you should be pretty scaled up for fighting elites, but I don't know if this deck is ready for it. I feel like we're pretty behind the curve here. Stupid Busted Crown. This is exactly what happens to Busted Crown decks like every time too. It's like, well, I was pretty good at Act 1 and then okay at Act 2 and Act 3 killed me. Fasting Vigilance Flurry of Blows blocks out Purge's debuffs. Seems good. Oops, missed an extra flurry there. It's 9 damage. Guess I don't care. Follow-up is free. Follow-up does some good blocking. Empty Mind draws 2 cards, gains 2 energy, or gains 1 net energy, but loses out on 7 block. Ink Bottle coming. If we draw Beta, we'd probably want to play it. We'd have the energy to do it. Yeah, okay. Third Eye blocks out. We could Fasting Third Eye, which purges debuffs. Or I guess just Fasting purges debuffs. Let's get rid of the burn. Unfortunately, Beta's skipping a shuffle. I think the rest of these are okay. Alright. Beta's getting played. Both Perseverances are going. And I guess I'll play these two. A little bit of damage. Just one. And we have lethal any number of ways. I'll take that one, because that's what this deck is supposed to do. Halt is terrible for the deck. Actually, is it? Halt is a zero-cost skill, which can be pretty helpful if the other cards are like Wall-Up Fasting. It scales with Dex. It actually double scales with Dex. Why did I say Halt was terrible? Halt is amazing. Yeah. Right? Halt is great. We need to find a Tantrum, which we're never going to find because of Busted Crown. But that's not Halt's fault. Halt is putting in the work. Okay. No power, so can't purge debuffs. Also no debuffs, so, you know. Just in case people were worried about that. We're going to play Alpha and draw a card with Ink Bottle. Consecrate's nice. We could maybe knock one down. 9 plus 12 is 21, plus 16, not even close. Actually, 37, 47, it is close. Not enough, but it's close. Actually, no, it is enough, because we'd Flurry, Eruption, Flurry, and then Consecrate. So we're adding an extra 6 damage. Yeah, so we could kill any of them. But then these guys would hit for double. So that doesn't seem right. Being in Wrath would make Halt work better. Perseverance for 5? Hold it. I think hold it. There's going to be plenty of damage going in next turn. Taking 20 damage here. Gross. Okay. There's Beta. As soon as we get Omega down, we win on the spot, basically. So we can play Beta, Fasting, Halt, Wallop. Seems fine. Doesn't really matter which one we target. I'll target this one just in case his armor would otherwise make him survive. Currently blocked for 21, need block for approximately 10 more. That's what Third Eye does. Third Eye also moves us towards the Omega victory. Need block for 18 here. Or kill one. It seems like killing one's pretty easy. Crush Joints, Flurry. So let's just kill that one. Oh crap. I forgot about Ink Bottle for a second and it immediately screwed me. Ink Bottle has 0 chill. Okay, let's get rid of these so we can draw back to Omega. Middle Slime is above 50 now. Let's Wallop to get him under control. Do we want to kill him? We could kill him. Hitting for 22, I can block that. So I'd rather have him be low on health than dead. So you get the extra attacks. Omega, please. Omega. There's a regen pot. Turns out the I guess both Sacred Bark and Blackstar were in good position to be good, because Blackstar is getting us 5 relics, whether we want them or not. But Sacred Bark plus Regen Pot is nuts. Evaluate is a skip for sure. Okay. Looks like Omega to me. Fasting Alpha follow-up purges debuffs, gets me a fasting proc. We do take 1 damage, but that just draws us 3 cards. Gotta be a little bit careful because we could draw beta here, 1 in 19 chance. Not too much we can do about that. Hey, we dodged it. Oh, barely. It was the next card. Okay. Halt is getting played. There's no fasting in hand, so we might as well just play Halt now. I think Beta's also just getting played. Okay. Blocking for 20. Keeping both Perseverances. We are going to have to find a solution for Exploder this turn. But one presented itself. We also had an Explosive Pot if one had not presented. So there's the Omega. Okay. Curve Reality Smite is a nice way of scaling strength, but we don't really need that. Pain is too painful, so I guess we get to upgrade a card. Probably one of the fastings. It's been a long time since I've been asked to upgrade one of the cards. I'd like to upgrade the Tantrum that I'm about to get. Oh wait, I guess Molten Egg does that for me. Well, there's no way we take Pain, right? There is a shop here. Take Pain, survive an elite, get rid of it. We have to fight 3 elites before we get to rest. And 2 hallway fights. Yikes. Well, this one's gonna hurt us, so I don't think we can afford it. Battle Hymn would put it in the opening hand. I don't think we want it in the opening hand. So I think it's just fasting. Get those stats. Like water could be good, that's true. Alright. Alpha and Like Water and Mental Fortress need to get played. Keep Perseverance. Do we regen pot right now? He's got 300 health. We're going to be here for a while. He could give us a potion. I think we want to regen pot. Explosive pot's fairly useful for Reptomancer, so we'd like to keep that. If possible. We could do Flurry Eruption, Flurry Vigilance, Flurry. That's fun. It doesn't block for 30 though. Let's draw a card with Flurry Eruption. Let's see, how much does it block for? So we changed stances twice. So that blocks for 8. And then we ended in Calm. That blocks for 7. That's 15. Plus 6, 21. Have enough energy for Perseverance as well. So we're blocking for 26 and taking 4. It's not too bad. Ooh, we could even exit the Calm. Not sure if that's good. Oops, probably should have played the Consecrate while I was in Wrath mode. That's a mistake. I apologize to all the Twitch viewers out there with sensitive eyeballs, for which misplays are corrosive and vile. There's a Fasting and a Beta in hand. No zero cost attack though. I think we'll just play Fasting anyway. Let's see, is there a debuff purge in here? Oh good, you've got sunglasses. Cool, so you're immune to the corrosive power of my misplays. There's no attacks here either. Oh, I guess there's Brilliance. So we could play... yeah, but if we go to this hand with only 3 energy, we'll be able to play it. So that seems wrong. I don't think we're skipping Beta, though. 27 seems like he's clearly violating some copyright protections. Or I guess channel 3 live. We're only taking 2 damage this turn, so we don't really care about blocking. But I do care about getting beta. We have to leave Perseverance there because we're triggering Ink Bottle. I take 1 damage now. Oh, I guess I was in Calm, whatever. I don't think Brilliance is going to play next turn. Yeah, I was talking about Tori. I just thought I was at 0 block instead of 7. Looks like an uncontested turn for Omega. And I'll go ahead and drop a Like Water in there too. Alright. We can Eruption and Vigilance. Eruption Wallop Vigilance seems fun. And follow up too. I mean, sure. I feel like that was the first turn in the whole run where the deck like functioned well. It was like, yes, that's what the deck is supposed to do. We have a plan and we finally executed on it. We need to block for 30 this turn. Gonna need some of these cards to do it. Specifically that one, that one. So if you could just put those right on top of the deck, I'd appreciate it. Empty Mind costs us 12 block though, so being able to draw 10, or I guess this is 16, but what to do? We can only block for 8/20. We only really need 5 more. Alright, let's see what Empty Mind can do. Alright, we got an extra Fasting, so Fasting Perseverance Halt is a good bit of block. But we did not draw the other one. I guess if we play Fasting and some zero-cost stuff, we might draw the Perseverance. Oh wait, we've already got 1 Perseverance. I guess it doesn't matter. We can play both. We can afford Crushing Joints too, so may as well. Hey, we did get the Perseverance. Alright, well we need to play both, I think, to block out. And we're about to shuffle, so we'll just let that deal with itself. And I guess we could just enter. Oops, should have charged the Ink Bottle. That was wrong. It was a mistake. This card's terrible. Let's skip it. First Elite, Reptimancer. Well, that means Reptimancer can't be our Mega Elite, which is something. Alpha is pretty slow for this match, but once it gets going, it's really good. No attacks, so we can't purge debuffs. We can guarantee ourselves an attack next turn by playing Battle Him. I suppose we could purge debuffs with Empty Mind if that draws an attack, but then we'd be skipping Alpha, unless the drawn attack costs 0. I kind of like Fasting Battle Him Alpha. We need to play Alpha. Let's just do that. We could Fasting and save an energy. We could Fasting and Third Eye. Yeah, Fasting Third Eye is probably correct. Second Fasting next turn, not super useful. Although we could Fasting and then halt and potentially find an attack to purge debuffs. Getting rid of Omega seems kind of suicidal, but I think it's required. Uh-oh. This seems really bad. This has 12 damage, so we can kill a dagger with Explosive Pot. But then we have other problems. Namely that we are in Wrath mode against one of the most dangerous turns in the game. Turn 2 Reptomancer, if you didn't kill either dagger and she chooses to multi-attack, that's a lot of damage. 50 plus 32 is 82 plus 18. That's a cool 100 damage. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. We can't play Fasting with it, because we only have 3 energy. We can block for 18. Blocking for 18 and taking 100 means we die. We're dead. We're just gonna die. Maybe we should have set it up so that one of the daggers hit us last turn, so that we would have procced Centennial Puzzle. Had more options. That would have meant we skipped Third Eye last turn and played Battle Hymn instead. Yeah, if we'd played Battle Hymn last turn, we'd be in way better shape. We could smite one to death and then Explosive Pot. I did not realize that was so important, but yeah, we definitely should have played Battle Hymn last turn instead of Third Eye, and the result is that we are now dead. It's not possible for me to have miscounted it by that much. We're only at 50. We can't draw a card with Ink Bottle because we failed to charge it last fight. There he is. No way out. I will take 1 million D damage, please, from your finest daggers. That just felt like a blip. We definitely could have beaten Reptomancer. It feels weird to just die to like tripping. But we tripped. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this run was doomed from the moment we got Busted Crown, right? Like, dying in Act 3 is not a surprising outcome from getting a Niao to start with Busted Crown. You're just desperate as soon as you see Busted Crown, just scrabbling for whatever you can find. So we took like a bunch of attacks in Act 1, ended up getting an Alpha, which worked pretty well. Picked a Pandora's Box to go with our Molten Egg. Ended up finding Orange Pellets at a shop, which really like propped us up. Orange Pellets fasting is pretty powerful. Pretty remarkable that we found Orange Pellets fasting, considering we had Busted Crown. But we needed some more stuff. We needed a Tantrum. I thought maybe I picked up the Flurry of Blows mostly because I was desperate for an attack, but also because I thought, well, there's a lot of cards that change your stance, so maybe Busted Crown will show us those cards, and it did show us a couple. But we never found the Tantrum, and we never found Stance Enters, and we never found the Talk to the Hand. So we never really got the Flurry of Blows defensive plan online. We also could have done that with relics. Could have found like what do you call it? Oriental Fan. That would have been nice. Not upgrading the Eruption. Yeah, Snecko Eye. So the first upgrade option we had was at the end of Act 1, and I was hoping for a Snecko Eye at that point. But I mean, Eruption is a fine upgrade. We also had quite a bit of energy. We had a Busted Crown. Eruption is a good upgrade, though. I don't disagree with you. I don't know if there was ever a turn in the run where we were like, if only our Eruption was upgraded. There was one turn when I think we used a potion to upgrade it, and that was pretty important. But honestly, we just didn't have very many upgrades to go around. I think the only cards we like intentionally upgraded were like the Like Water and the Fasting. I think we got Third Eye Wallop upgraded from the War Paint. Or no, Alpha was one of them. It was Alpha, Third Eye. Oh, and then Wallop was upgraded from the Molten Egg. So we were just mostly resting. Yeah, could have worked. That's true. We did upgrade Flurry of Blows. But that was back in Act 1 when we like really needed the damage, and we had 4 energy, which feels like tons in Act 1. Yeah, it's pretty close to the breakpoint. We almost, like, if we'd made it through, if we hadn't tripped in the Reptomancer fight, I guess we had a Mega Elite and another Elite and 2 hallway fights before we would have gotten to a rest site. But, like, Maybe if we'd made it through this and the Black Star had been kind and given us some good relics, we could have gotten through. Like if this was Nemesis, we'd be in good shape. Like if it was a metallicized Nemesis or something. And then we'd probably be ready for Giant Head by then because we would have gotten 4 more relics. And it definitely could have been a win. I did make some mistakes at the end in the Reptomancer fight. Namely, not preparing for the turn 2 after killing no daggers on turn 1 was a pretty huge mistake. And I should know better than that one. But, you know, we got a busted crown. We kind of made it work.